The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication, podcast publishing made easy, libsyn.com. That's libsyn.com. The Radio Memories Network welcomes you to the earliest days of radio. All this is still ours today through the Radio Memories Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the radio audience.
Hi everyone, I'm John Grimmett. Welcome once again to Radio Journeys. Each week, I guide you on a tour of radio as it sounded in the 1920s and 30s. And this week, as we've been for the last several weeks, we're staying in 1932, listening to some very interesting, although sometimes campy, serials. We're also going to hear some very good music from 1932 as we listen once again to another episode of the Cocoanut Grove Ambassadors from the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles. Now, the other shows we'll be hearing include, of course, The Misadventures of Cy and Elmer, Abroad with the Lockharts, and Anne of the Airlanes. All serials dated most likely from 1932, although Anne of the Airlanes may have been broadcast originally a little bit later than 1932. I thought before we began tonight's 1 hour of old-time radio that we'd take a look at a little bit of the history of the Ambassador Hotel in the Cocoanut Grove. It really was quite an important landmark and remains so today, even though it's no longer an operating hotel. But a lot of very important Hollywood history was made at the Ambassador Hotel, and extremely important American history, too. I was reading a British website called hollywoodusa.co.uk. There's a really interesting article on the history of the Cocoanut Grove and the Ambassador Hotel. And according to this article, the Ambassador Hotel opened on New Year's Day, 1921. And from the very beginning it was used for filming movies. The Cocoanut Grove had an interior which featured palm trees, very campily adorned with stuffed monkeys hanging from them, and a blue ceiling painted with twinkling stars. Sort of fitting for Hollywood and Los Angeles with its fantasy motifs all over the place. Very quickly it became Hollywood's premier nightclub, and on any given night a host of the most famous celebrities of the day could be found partying the night away. Now, just to give you a sense of the connections in those early days between the Ambassador or the Cocoanut Grove and Hollywood at large, those palm trees with the stuffed monkeys hanging from them were said to have been props in Rudolph Valentino's classic 1921 film, The She. So they really were quite an attraction, having just come off of a film studio lot. Now, the Ambassador Hotel was also extremely important in entertainment history for another reason. In 1930, the Oscar was introduced to the world at the Cocoanut Grove. Now, this was the third Academy Awards presentation, but the first time that the Oscar was used as the statuette to be given as an award, and that was in April of 1930. And the awards were given that year at the Cocoanut Grove. Also in 1944, the Ambassador and the Cocoanut Grove played host to the first Golden Globe Awards. The place was a very popular venue for major birthday parties and other celebrations by celebrities in Hollywood. Early Hollywood legends who used the Cocoanut Grove for their parties and bashes included Jean Harlow, Maureen O'Hara, Douglas Fairbanks, Rudolph Valentino, Joan Crawford, and just about everybody else. Joan Crawford was said to be an excellent dancer, and the Cocoanut Grove was a hot place for dance in those days. Some of the music we're hearing tonight very well was probably the same music that Joan Crawford danced to back in 1930. And then there's the American history of the Cocoanut Grove and the Ambassador Hotel. Supposedly the jury of the Charles Manson murder trial stayed there in 1971, and most infamously, Robert F. Kennedy, the brother of President John F. Kennedy, who was running for president in 1968, was murdered in the kitchen of the Ambassador Hotel after speaking in the Ambassador Hotel ballroom. Now, of course, that murder in 1968 was a true tragedy for America. And it didn't bode well for the Ambassador Hotel either. The Ambassador Hotel already was falling on hard times when the assassination occurred. New major hotel chains who were able to pretty much undercut the Ambassador Hotel with the same level of luxury at a lower cost were starting to push locally owned major hotels like the Ambassador out of business. And once Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated, well, people just didn't want to stay there anymore. Too much of a stigma attached. The Ambassador carried on for nearly 20 years after the assassination, but gradually, year by year, it was becoming more run down, and then started closing floor by floor. And then in January of 1989, the Ambassador Hotel closed its doors to the public. Well, the Ambassador Hotel today is still quite an impressive sight. It's got a big fence around it. If you go down Wilshire Boulevard in L.A. next time you're there, take a look at it. Donald Trump now owns it, and it's used as a major location for movie shoots. Some of the movies that have been filmed in the Ambassador include The Fabulous Baker Boys, The Mask, Rocky, A Star is Born, Naked Gun, Hoffa, The Lawnmower Man, Forrest Gump. Apollo 13 was filmed there. There were some apartments that were used by Gary Sinise and Kevin Bacon in the film. In Deep Impact, Morgan Freeman is in a hotel kitchen area, and that was the kitchen of the Ambassador, the same kitchen where Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated. Now, it's interesting to note that I mentioned last week that Gus Arnim's orchestra performed at the Cocoanut Grove and did a number of radio shows under the name of the Cocoanut Grove Ambassadors. The Jean Harlow film Bombshell was filmed at the Cocoanut Grove, and Gus Arnim's orchestra can clearly be seen in this film from the early 1930s. Now, there are people in Los Angeles who are trying to preserve the Ambassador. There's a lot of talk about tearing it down and building a school on the lot, but Hollywood conservationists have so far prevailed. One thing's probably certain, it'll never open as a hotel again. But time will tell. And so with that little bit of history, let's get on to tonight's show. Starting out with The Misadventures of Cy and Elmer, Episode 19, continuing with A Dangerous Mystery Case. Cocoanut Grove Ambassadors, Episode 7, Abroad with the Lockharts. Now, one note about Abroad with the Lockharts. Last week we heard Episode 7, where they were in Paris. This week we're skipping a number of episodes. There are several episodes in the total series of 13 that we don't have. 8, 9, 10, and 11 are all missing from most collections. I'm not aware of their existence. So this week we're going to hear Episode 12, The Lockharts Will Be in Rome. And finally, Episode 14 of Anne of the Airlanes will round out tonight's presentation of Radio Journeys. I'll be back with a closing note in about an hour. Enjoy.
And this is KHJ, the Don Lee Station, Los Angeles.
The Misadventures of Cy and Elmer. For a section hand to manage a handcar, but Cy and Elmer find it confusing and tiresome. When the brave detectives left the scene of the midnight runs of the mystery train, they helped themselves to a handcar for a ride back to Punkenville in order to get their picture film to the sheriff for evidence. The mystery train apparently made its ghostly run right under the noses of the old boys, and Pat, the section boss, was carried off in the same way that 5 other men have vanished. The great mystery may not be any nearer a solution, but the handcar is getting nearer to Punkenville, and Elmer is working the handles with a right good will, while Cy is about all in.
Get to work, dead blame you, Si Perkins.
Oh, Elmer, I'm just about all in.
Now, looky here. This ain't hard work, Si. Pushing them little handles up and down is easy after you get used to it.
Yeah, but why didn't we stop at the junction, like you said we was going to, and wait for the train to take us to Pumpkinville?
Si Perkins, this is the last time I explain that to you now. And you keep pushing them handles there while you talk.
Yeah.
We got to the junction at 1:45, didn't we?
I reckon we did.
Yes. And the train don't get there till 2 o'clock, does it?
I know all of that. But the train gets into Pumpkinville at 3 o'clock, and it's most that time now. And we won't get there more than 5 minutes ahead of the train, and we wore ourselves all out to working this handcar.
And it don't make no difference, Si, if the train gets in there ahead of us. I couldn't stand sitting at that junction and listening to you beller no longer.
But what's the sense in a rushing, Elmer? We can't do nothing at Pumpkinville at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Si, we can do plenty. And the first thing we're going to do is to get that sheriff out of bed and tell him all about this thing.
The sheriff will be awful mad at us for getting him out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sheriff ain't going to be mad at nothing. Say, he'll be so darn tickled, he'll be tickled to death if we got sense enough to get to him quick and ask him what to do next.
Yeah, but Elmer, we never had to ask him nothing about our other cases.
Si, this is different kind of a case. We're deputy sheriffs now, and we got to report to the sheriff. And what's more, don't forget that we got them moon picture films of that train going fast, too. We got to get them fixed so we can see the pictures.
All that ain't got a thing to do with my misery.
Oh, your misery.
My arm's as heavy as lead, and my back has been bent over so long that I don't reckon I'll ever get it straightened up.
Never will straight nohow. Si, an old force like you's got no business trying to be a detective nohow. It's a job for young and husky fellers like me.
Ain't no job for me, and that's a fact. As soon as we get this case over, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah. Well, you can quit right now, for all of me. Go on and quit. Get right off this handcar and walk into town. Go on.
Oh, sketch it, Elmer. How can you talk to me like that after all I've been through?
All you've been through. Say, you darn little weasel. Don't you ever stop thinking I'm going through all this with you, don't you? And it's harder for me than it is for you anyway, because I have to do all the thinking. Your head don't do nothing but rest.
You're bigger than I be, and I'm just too tired to pump these handles anymore. If you're so big and strong and don't never get tired, go ahead and pump. I'm going to sit right here on the edge of this car and ride into Pumpkinville.
Look here, Si. You ain't going to ride no such place. I'm going to stop pumping, too. We both just let this handcar run as far as she wants to while we both ride and rest.
This ain't going to get us to Pumpkinville very fast.
Yeah, it ain't nothing going to get us there at all if you don't start to pumping them handles.
Well, I ain't to pumping them things no more if we don't get no place.
Now, look here, Si. This ain't no way for you to act. We've been working on the biggest case detecting we ever had. And you want to sit down and ride.
Well, you're setting too, ain't you?
Certainly I'm a setting, and I'm setting easy, too.
Then why should I work them handles?
Well, you sit down first and you get up first.
Now, you see, Elmer? It's quit going.
Yeah, certainly I see it's quit going. It'll stay quit, too, till Silas Q. Perkins gets to work on them handles.
Well, then it won't. Elmer.
What?
Elmer.
What?
Look over in them bushes. By the track there.
What about it?
Well, right along by that fence.
I don't see nothing but a lot of dark. It's got a few holes above moonlight in it.
You just look close right there, Elmer.
Where?
Right there where I'm a-pointing. Ain't there something to move in there?
Yeah, it does sort of kind of look like it, Si. What do you reckon it is?
Must be danger of some kind, or wouldn't be hanging around us.
Oh, shucks, Si. It ain't nothing to do with us. Nobody knows we're here.
No, it's going back in the trees.
What about?
Elmer, that thing has been following us all along the track.
Oh.
Yes, it has, Elmer. I seen it lots of times. I never told you because I was scared you'd make fun of me.
Sweet sassafras, Si. Are you certain of that?
Just as certain as I'm a-sitting here, Elmer. I seen that thing following us along the edge of them weeds every time we stopped to take a little rest.
Si, I got an idea. Si. It might be a feller on horseback watching us all along here.
Who would it be?
Well, how should I know who it'd be?
Well, what would he be watching us for?
No tarnation, Si. Will you quit asking so darn many questions and get to figuring who'd look most likely be watching us?
Well, it couldn't be none of them railroad fellers.
What's the reason it couldn't?
Because them fellers rides on trains.
Yeah, maybe they can ride horses, too. You ever think of that?
No.
What's more, I bet it's one of them section fellers, too. Watching to see where we go with this here handcar.
Oh, we didn't steal it, did we, Elmer?
No.
Deputy Sheriff says got the right to use handcar, ain't they?
Certainly they have.
Yeah.
But looky here, Si. don't forget that them section fellers didn't know we was deputy sheriffs or officers or nothing.
Yeah.
And if they'd seen us take this handcar, most likely plenty worried about where it's going.
Yeah, but Elmer, I didn't see no horse around that section car. Where do you suppose come from?
And with a great horn spoon, such silly questions.
What's the matter, Elmer?
Well, seeing a horse around a section car.
Well, I
you
never
think it was
did
a
see
stable
that.
or something?
Huh?
Now hush up and get busy.
What?
Pick up that old creaky back of yourn and get to pushing on them handles again. Come on.
Push on the handles. What for, Elmer?
So the handcar will start moving, you darn fool.
I mean, what are we going to move it for?
Well, now look, Si. We keep a close watch on them bushes alongside the track, you hear?
Yeah.
See if that thing, whatever it is following us, or if you just imagined it, kind of.
And why we got to run along to watch it, Elmer?
Because...
Well, now, why can't we just sit still and watch for it?
Because I told you all the time we're moving this thing, we're getting closer to Pumpkinville, ain't we?
Yeah?
Yeah, and if we get in any kind of trouble, well, the closer to Pumpkinville we get, the trouble before it happens. Closer to Pumpkinville we be when it happens, and the better for us.
Yeah, that's all mixed up, Elmer.
Yeah.
But
Oh, but nothing. Get hold of that handle, let's go. Quit arguing with me, will you? Get your back up there. Come on, get her up. Now push down, we'll go.
Elmer,
What?
I can't watch that fella in them weeds and do this pumping, too.
Si, you don't have to watch that fella the weeds. If I do the looking, all you got to do is the pumping. And pump hard and fast.
Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter now?
Better not get her to going too fast, Elmer.
Yes, that's what I want to do, get it going fast. Then if it is a fella on a horse there running alongside of us, it'll give him plenty of trouble keeping up with us.
I don't think so, Elmer.
Why not?
Well, he's kept up with us all this ways.
Certainly he's kept up with us. Prairie dog could have kept up with us when you was stopping to rest all the time. Where you
who
go?
was stopping to rest?
You was
I
stopping to
wasn't
rest. You
such a
didn't do
thing.
nothing but rest. You won't
Dad,
work in
Daddy,
that.
always
Come on,
thinking I
Si,
was
will you?
finding fault
Well,
there.
come on now. Make it go faster, Si. Faster. Come on.
This is as fast as I can stand it, Elmer.
No.
This handle is pretty near knocking me off right now.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yep, now we're going to town, all right. Yes, sir. Hold her steady, Si, and don't let that handle slow up none, you hear me?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. I'm going to take a look back at them trees. Keep up now. Steady now.
Do you see anything, Elmer?
He's certain, Si. Yep. Look, there it is. There's certainly shooting.
What?
Si, there's a fella on horseback riding through them trees. And he's having plenty trouble of keeping up with us. Hold on, Si. Thought I heard something.
What did you hear, Elmer?
Well, ain't right sure, but it sounded like a train whistle. Listen now.
Sketch it. I knowed we was in danger. The trains are coming, and we're right on the track.
Oh, shucks. I can't be time for that fast train yet. Wait. Here it is again, Si. There it is. And it is a train whistle. Si, we gotta do something quick. We gotta do something.
What can we do, Elmer?
We gotta get this thing stopped and get it off the track.
Why can't we just jump off and leave it run down the track?
Because it might wreck the limited train, you darn fool. Hold them handles still now. Hold them.
I can't stop, Elmer. You know that. I'm a-going awful fast.
Well, I'm going just as fast as you are on my side, you ninny. Don't make no difference about fast. We gotta stop this thing and get it off the track, I tell you. Hurry up, Si. Will you hurry up? That train is getting closer all the time.
Oh, Elmer, we can't never get this thing stopped in time. Look, Elmer, there's the headlight on the train. Coming around that bend. Coming right after us.
Come on, Si. Come on. Bear down heavy on them handles, will you? Every time one of them starts to come up, slap it down. Not like that, you ninny. You're making it go fast.
Oh, well, I don't know, Elmer.
Wait for us, Si, to come all the way up. Catch it about halfway up, and then stop it. Hang on to it.
I tried that, Elmer, but it gives me misery in the arms.
Yes, well, your arms is going to hurt a darn certain way as worse if the train hits us.
The way we're going, Elmer, it don't look like no train could never catch up to that.
We ain't going half as fast as that train, not half as fast. Just look how bright that headlight is getting. Look, Si, and how loud she sounds. Push them handles down, Si. Push them down.
I've been hitting them, Elmer, just as hard as my hands will stand. She stopped, ain't she?
Not quite, Si, not quite. Ride them handles. Ride on them, Si. Stop her, Si.
The trains are going to hit us, Elmer.
One more hold now, Si. One more. Hey, now she's all right. Now jump up quickly. Help me get this thing off the track.
I can't stand it, Elmer. I'm going to run.
You ain't neither, Dad. Blame it. Lift up on that end quick, Si.
I can't move it, Elmer. Elmer, look out. That headlights are getting right on top of us.
Pull hard, Si. Pull hard, quick. It's too late. Jump, Si. Jump.
And it looks like the end of a perfect day for our brave detectives. Your announcer will tell you when you may hear another episode of Si and Elma over this station.
Don Lee Station, Los Angeles.
Once again, we transport you in fancy to the world-famous Cocoanut Grove in Los Angeles. Here, under the swaying palms, we meet Jimmy Greer and his greater all-star Cocoanut Grove Orchestra. Some think that love is happy. Some think that love is sad. But listen to Gogo Delise, and perhaps you'll agree with her when she sings, "Love, You Funny Thing." funny though it may be, love goes on forever. But there must come a parting. And Donald Novus tells us about it as he sings, "Good night, my love."
Good night, my love, sweet dreams to you. Maybe in dreams you'll stand. Good night, my love, sweet love, adieu. Just one more kiss to remember. All through the night while you're dreaming, my love, close to your heart, let me linger. Good night, my love, sweet dreams to you, and may all your dreams come true. The night while you're dreaming, my love, close to your heart, let me linger. Good night, my love, sweet dreams to you, and may all your dreams come true.
That funny little thing called love has also hit the three cheers. Listen while they sing, "You're the One."
Son of a gun, oh, you're the one for me. In disguise, the devil is dancing there in your eyes, and still you're heavenly. I'll be darned, how come that I never have learned that gals like you run around free? You're the one, you beautiful, beautiful son of a gun, say you're the one for me.
Don Lee Station, Los Angeles.
Once again we are abroad with the Lockharts. Mr. and Mrs. Lockhart are taking a trip through Europe. That is, Mrs. Lockhart is taking Mr. Lockhart. As you probably know, Mr. Lockhart represents the average type of businessman. Blunt, comfortable, knows his own mind, enjoys his business and community, and would much rather have gone fishing. Mrs. Lockhart represents the pleasant type of housewife, belongs to the woman's club and the literary club of her town, and still retains the spirit of romance. We listen in on them as they are in the hotel in Rome, preparing for a sightseeing trip.
Well, my dear, I tell you, I can't stand this heat any longer.
I don't find it hot, dear. The hotel is quite cool.
Well, when I say it's hot, it's hot.
If you didn't take so many of those cooling drinks, you wouldn't feel so hot.
Whatever possessed me to come down here with you is more than I can tell.
You did it for me, dear.
Well, there are some things no man should do for any woman, and this is one of them.
You'll feel better after a while.
Lord, I suppose old Charlie's taking it easy back home up at the lake, fishing and resting, and here am I, walking my dogs off, looking at things I don't remember 1 minute after I've seen them.
Now, dear, that's just exaggeration. You do remember them, and it's not hot. Now, this afternoon, we're going out alone. Just ourselves, dear. And we won't have to hurry. Just take our time.
Oh, I can't go out again today, dear.
But we must. We've only got a day or so longer here, and there's so much we haven't seen.
Oh, it's too hot.
If you take off that heavy suit and put on your light one, you'd be doing something sensible. Everyone in Rome wears light suits. And remember the motto, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
If I did as the Romans did, I'd stay right here in this hotel.
Now, you change your suit and get ready while I send off a note to Aunt Min.
Oh.
Funny we didn't have any mail from home, isn't it? Well, don't be long, dear.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Now I know why those old birds in days gone by wore nothing but nightshirts.
Here we are, dear. Now, this is the first stop. Don't you feel cooler here?
Yes.
Now, I'll see what the guidebook says. You see that house on the corner there?
Yeah.
That's the house where Keats and Shelley lived.
Well, what about it?
That's where they lived.
Well, who are Sheets and Kelly? They might be the battery for today's game, for all I know.
Oh, Will, it's Keats and Shelley.
Well, what did these two birds do?
Will, didn't you ever learn anything when you were at school?
I certainly didn't learn anything about those two guys.
Well, they were poets.
Oh, just poets.
Just a couple of poets.
With long hair.
I don't know.
Well, now listen, my dear. There's more poetry to me in an old swimming hole with old Charlie there than all the reading poetry ever written.
Oh, well, never mind.
And I wish I was in that old swimming hole right now.
Now we're going into this church over here. They say it's very interesting, dear, because they have a whole cemetery in the basement. And it'll be cool in there.
Well, lead on.
Now, when we get in, I want you to be quiet and don't make any impertinent remarks.
I'll just be myself, dear, just the man you married.
Well, then, we'd better not go in.
What's in there, anyway?
Well, it says that the walls of the basement are beautifully decorated in all sorts of designs with people's bones.
Whoa, that's one place I can afford to pass up.
Don't you want to go in?
I do not.
Oh, well, I guess I don't want to go in either. We'll get a taxi and go to the Forum.
All right. Say, what did you say was the name of the nightshirt these old Romans used to wear?
Toga?
Ah, that's it. You know, that's not a bad idea for the summertime.
Why?
Well, for one thing, you get more breeze, and they don't bag at the knees, and you don't have to have them pressed.
Oh, Will.
Of course, I suppose they did have their drawbacks.
Now, be careful.
I mean, well, it took these Highlanders we saw in Scotland to really improve on them.
How was that?
Why, with their kilts. They got the same effect with all the advantages, with only half the material and twice as much breeze.
Oh, Will, you're awful. Here we are now at the Forum.
Yeah.
Now, this is where Mark Antony made his famous speech.
Is that so?
You remember. Friends, Romans, and countrymen.
I know. Lend me your ears.
That's it. How did you know?
We had that in an entertainment at school once. The reason I remember it was because Charlie and some other fellows and me had a lot of false ears made, and we threw them up on the platform.
And I suppose you thought that was great fun.
Sure worked out all right. Principal had us all put out, and then we all went fishing.
Oh, dear, I don't think this trip's doing you a bit of good.
Not much.
Well, anyway, this is the place. Now we'll go to the Coliseum.
Oh, and this is where they took old Caesar for a ride?
No, that was the Capitol with the senators.
Did they have senators in those days?
Yes, this is where they originated.
Well, the Romans sure have a lot to answer for.
How do you mean?
I mean, if they started the idea that the country could be run by senators. You know, I think this fella Mussolini has the right idea.
What's that?
Why, when he wants anything done, he doesn't refer it to any senators. All he does is just notify himself that he's going to have a conference with himself, and then he talks to himself, and he signs a bill, then he tells the country about it, and they say, hooray for Mussolini, he always gets what he wants.
Here's the Coliseum, dear. Isn't it wonderful?
Why, it's just like our football stadium back home, isn't it?
This is where the Romans held their games and where the early Christians were thrown to the lions.
Well. You know, I'll bet those lions were sort of proud to eat those early Christians.
Why, Will, what do you mean?
Well, I mean just this. Those Christians were honest-to-goodness Christians, I take it, and when old man Lion was handed a Christian, he knew he was getting a good one.
Why, dear.
But I'll bet if that happened today, Brother Lion would turn up his nose at a lot of them and say, this ain't the good old Christian brand I used to get.
Why, Will, you're talking to yourself.
No, just thinking out loud. Do you, see those arches over there? What are they? Do you know?
Oh, what do you mean, those over there? Those ruined arches?
Yeah.
They're all falling away.
Yeah, gosh, I wish old Charlie could see them. He sure would sympathize with them.
Now, why would he?
Why, didn't you know? Poor old Charlie has fallen arches, too.
Oh, Will.
Much more have we got to see? I'm hot and I'm tired.
We'll just see this fountain, and then we'll run to the catacombs, and then we'll go back to the hotel.
No, I'm not going to go to any catacombs.
Oh, but, dear, we ought to see them.
Well, now, what are they? Just caves under the ground, aren't they?
Yes, but...
And they're damp, and I'm hot, and I'll catch a chill.
Well, I don't want you to catch a cold. But we must just stop here at the Trevi fountain. Here, give me a lira.
What for?
I want to throw it in the fountain.
Well, here it is, but why?
Because the legend says that if we throw a coin into the fountain, we'll surely come back to Rome.
Well, my dear, you're sure going to give that legend a black eye, because we'll never come back here again if I know it.
Well, I've thrown it in anyway. Now we'll go back to the hotel.
It's about time. I'm tired and hot, and I'm woozy from looking at ruins. In fact, I think I've got ruinitis. Say, look back there now where you threw your money in. See those kids in the fountain? That's where your money's gone.
Well,
Just another gyp game for the tourists.
Well, I'm glad I threw it in anyway.
All right.
Here's the hotel.
Hooray for that. I'm so hot I feel like a Roman candle that's been burnt at both ends. And do you know what I'm going to do right now?
What?
I'm going to do as the Romans do. Going to go upstairs and take off these clothes and get into my toga and go to sleep.
All right, dear. You have a good sleep, and I'll go and see if there's any mail yet.
What is it?
Here's a letter from Aunt Liz.
Oh, what's it say?
Well, it says, how are you both?
Uh-huh.
My, how we envy you seeing all those wonderful things in Europe.
Anything about Charlie in there?
Yes. And Charlie says to tell Will that it's been so terribly hot here all the summer that he's not been able to go fishing once.
Well, what do you know about that?
It's been 95 in the shade for the past 5 days, and everybody's just wilted to nothing.
Well,
how we envy you two, traveling around Europe, enjoying yourselves, while we just sit at home here, too tired to eat and too hot to even talk pleasantly to each other.
Well.
There now, Will, what do you think of that?
Well, you know, it seems kind of cooler here now.
It's been cool all day, and I want you to do one thing.
What's that, dear?
Don't let me hear you complaining any more about the heat while we're over here.
All right, dear.
Now I'm going up to lie down and have a rest.
All right. Poor old Charlie. Not a fish all summer. Well, Europe ain't so bad after all.
Well, I guess he's pretty nearly right. At any rate, so the Lockharts have had their first experience in Rome. Next week, we hope you will again be abroad with the Lockharts.
This is KHJ, the Don Lee Station, Los Angeles.
Over valley and mountain, river and plain, through wind and storm, rides Anne of the Airlane.
Jack Baker and the two diamond smugglers, Vic and Joe, have landed on the island of Trinidad just off the coast of Venezuela, South America, to investigate what they believed might be a fire in the baggage compartment of the transport ship. To their amazement, they find our heroine, Ann Burton, stowed away in the ship, and what they thought to be smoke was only face powder from her compact, which had fallen. Vic decides to send Ann back to Springfield by tramp steamer, so she will be out of communication with her friends for as long as possible. But just as they are about to start the motors, it is noticed that the huge transport has settled down in some sort of black, sticky substance and seems to be in danger of being engulfed. Is this some sort of a trap set for the natives, or has the plane settled in a bed of quicksand? The tropical moon shines with almost the brilliance of day, so we'll have no trouble finding the answer.
I can't make head or tail of what those guys are saying. Can you make it out, Baker?
No, I'm sorry, Morgan. I know a smattering of Spanish and a bit of Indian, but their language doesn't seem to be either.
Well, Joe didn't seem to have any trouble telling them to bring mules. Evidently, he knows how to talk to them. See, he's having them hitch onto the tail right now.
Yeah, and the boys seem to understand what he's talking about. Hey, Joe, come here.
What do you want, Vic? Okay, make it short, because this ship's settling pretty fast.
Hey, what kind of lingo was that you're talking to those natives? Indian?
Yes, Indian. I just happen to know a little of it. I gotta get over there and get them pulling this thing out.
Go ahead, Joe. We can talk about languages later.
Well, I've heard a little Indian language and quite a few dialects at that, but I'm sure that I never heard anything like that.
Sounds like a lot of hissing.
Say, that's it. I've got it now. That is Indian, all right, but not the kind of Indian that we know about.
You mean it's some sort of Aztec dialect, Jack?
No, Ann, it's East Indian. You know, from India.
Hey, Baker, what do you think we are? This is South America. That is nearly. You mean West Indian, don't you?
No, Morgan, I mean just what I said. East Indian. There's no other language in the world that sounds like that of India. It's distinguished by that hissing sound, as you call it.
But I don't understand, Jack. How did the East Indians get over here? Is it a settlement or something?
Well, you see, this island of Trinidad belongs to Great Britain.
Yes.
And the East Indians were brought over here to work. Say, that explains why we're stuck here. Why didn't I think of that before?
Hey, what are you doing, Baker? Trying to talk in riddles?
No, I mean that stuff that the ship's settling in. We sure are lucky that I didn't happen to hit it out there in the middle. And in this moonlight, it sure would have been possible.
Jack, if you don't mind explaining, we'd like to get in on the secret, too.
Sure, Ann. There's no secret about it at all. This is the famous asphalt lake of the Trinidads. It's sometimes known as the Lake of Pitch.
Asphalt? You don't mean the stuff that they pave streets with, do you?
That's it exactly. This lake here is 3 miles around and roughly about a mile across. And we just happened, by a stroke of luck, to land on the edge, so that our landing gear just struck it.
Oh, then that's what stopped this ship like it had hit a wall. I thought that we'd hit a mountain the way those boxes and crates in that baggage compartment came tumbling around me.
It's sure funny the wheels didn't go right down when we stopped.
No, it's fairly hard underneath right around the edges here. But out there in the middle, it's always bubbling up. Shipping this stuff out of here is quite an industry.
Then where are the people that work here? All we saw were those natives, if that's what they are.
Now, this is probably just one of the little settlements of workers. I think those dark buildings way over there are part of the works, which means that the highway is on the other side of the lake from us. Oh, but it looks like Joe's got the boys all lined up and is about ready to pull. About ready, Joe?
Yeah, we got 12 mules hitched on, and that ought to be able to pull anything. Give me a hand over here sort of steering this tail, will you, Vic?
I guess so. Come on, Baker. Let's see if we can get this thing out.
Maybe Jack better get into the cabin and watch the controls, just to see that we don't strain anything back here.
That's a good idea. And you better get in there with him, beautiful. It'll keep you from getting any ideas about wandering off and maybe trying to find your way into that village or town, whatever it is.
Okay, Morgan, I'll watch the controls. Be ready to stop those drivers if I shout. We can't afford to be grounded here. Come on, Ann.
All right.
Now I'll open this shield a bit so they can hear me back there. Okay, Joe, take it easy. That pitch is mighty sticky.
Do you think they'll be able to make it, Jack?
I think so, Ann. Once they get it sort of broken loose, those mules won't have much trouble pulling us out. Oh, there. Oh, no, didn't make it that time.
Jack, this would be a good time to see if you can contact headquarters. Vic and Joe won't be able to hear anything out there with those native boys shouting and all that racket.
Say, that's an idea. Let's see. What was that frequency?
I think it was...
Oh, I got it. Here on this handkerchief you gave me back in the
yes,
Everglades.
I remember.
Oh, and there. Now, that's it. Now, you watch out there to see that they don't open that cabin door, and I'll call.
They're both back there at the tail.
Okay. Baker, calling D12. Baker, calling D12.
D12, answering Baker. Where are you, Baker?
On island of Trinidad near Venezuela.
Was fire in compartment serious, Baker?
No fire in compartment, D12.
Did you know Ann Burton is in baggage compartment, Baker?
Found her on landing. Morgan plans her to take her to St. Roque and send her back by tramp steamer to delay communication.
Where are Morgan and Tolliver now? Close to you?
We're stuck in Asphalt Lake. They're both helping natives pull us out, but I don't think we'll be damaged.
Fine. How is transport holding out?
Working like a clock. Everything's shipshape so far.
We We have added your co-pilot Peterson and hostess Kay Thompson to our operatives. Also a new member who is familiar with territory near diamond mines, equipping their ship with new radio. Their call is D46. D46, get that?
Their call is D46.
And your call will be D31.
D31.
Right. Keep headphones on and switch to this frequency whenever you can do it safely.
Oh, we're moving. We'll be out in a minute. We'll have to sign off.
Okay, D31. We'll be on duty 24 hours a day. Call when you can and advise of progress. That's all.
Okay, D12.
Pete and Kay, they're going to help us. But I wonder who the new member is.
Probably some Secret Service man that's been on this case for some time. We seem to be moving slowly but surely. Hope they don't strain the tailpiece.
We're clear, Jack. We seem to be on solid ground.
Well, that makes everything all right, all the way around. We're all right, and that message from headquarters tells me that Kay and Pete and Bobby and your Aunt Hattie, they all seem to have arrived safely.
Poor Aunt Hattie. I'll bet she's worried.
Shh. Must be Vic.
Everything okay, Baker?
Controls seem to be all right, Morgan, but we'll have to have a look around. Can't tell what might be wrong with the tail assembly or the landing gear. I'll have a look. Come on, Aunt. Jump.
Right. Thanks, Jack. Where's Joe?
He went back with those mule drivers. Seems like you have to pay the head man, whoever that is.
Hand me your flashlight, will you, Morgan? Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the tail assembly. That landing gear, I don't like the looks of that.
Ooh, it's all covered with that sticky black stuff. Do you think those wheels will turn, Jack?
I think we better take off. That stuff will come off that gear when the wind hits it.
It might at that. We'll leave the gear down for a while.
But where are you going to take off? You can't take a chance on crossing that pitch again.
I'll say we're not. But that clearing right down there that way, that looks all right. There's not a breath of air stirring, so wind direction doesn't make any difference.
Well, I suppose I'll have to go and bring Joe back again. Time means nothing to him when he gets to talking. Say, that reminds me. Just where did Joey Tolliver learn to talk to those guys, huh? You say they're East Indians? He's never been farther east than New York.
It might be that he picked it up from some friend or something like that.
Yeah, maybe, but there's something fishy about that. He's too dumb to learn a language that well. Like he did tonight. If he just picked it up someplace, I'd know what it was all about.
Well, you might ask him. Here he comes.
I'll say I will. Well, Joey, I suppose that you handed out all the expense money to that native, huh? For pulling us out, huh?
I did pay more than I thought I'd have to. He wanted $1, but I finally made him take 75 cents.
75 cents? And all those mules?
Yeah. Well, everything okay?
Everything, except this. Joe, I just want to know one thing. Where did you happen to pick up that language to talk to those guys, huh?
Huh? Oh, well, oh, yeah. I used to work for a fellow in New York that did quite a bit of export business with India. And I just sort of picked it up, that's all. Why?
I was just wondering. Well, let's start climbing in.
You sure that stuff on the wheels won't make any difference?
I don't think so, Joe. Climb in, Ed.
It seems funny to me that we didn't have a swarm of those natives around here by this time.
Gee, Vic, these fellas here see ships like this land all the time. They just thought it was another passenger plane. But they were sure scared when I told them we was mired down in that asphalt bed. But they say that pitch preserves everything well.
All right, cut out the gloomy chatter and close that door.
I was just telling you what they told me.
I'll turn her a little, then we'll nose right down that clearing.
We're lucky there's a full moon, or we would have never been able to take off at night.
If it hadn't been for that full moon, we might have landed right in the middle of that lake. The moon on that pool of water was about all that kept me away from there. Okay, here we go.
Better keep that radio on, Baker. I might be hearing from headquarters. We haven't told them about that smoke yet.
We'll wait until we get a little altitude. Then you can talk to them yourself, Morgan. Let's see, we head almost straight southeast, is that right?
That's what the chart shows. You'll have to come out right here, do you see?
I thought there was a radio beam all the way down there.
Yeah, that's right. Where is it, Baker?
We're completely off of it. Lost it in making that forced landing. We ought to pick it up shortly. Is that field of yours right on Cape St. Roque?
No, it's a little to the north. Lies between the mountains and the coast. But the beam will take you right in, so you don't have to worry about that.
TS, calling VM. TS, calling VM.
Okay, TS. This is VM. Go ahead.
Everything okay, VM?
All okay. Fire was false alarm. Landed on Trinidad, but we're up again. Headed for the Cape. Ann Burton was stowed away in the luggage compartment.
Suspected that when she failed to arrive in Springfield with rest of party. Under no circumstances permitted to communicate with friends here.
I'll send her back on a tramp steamer without a radio. That'll take a month at least.
Good, Morgan. But here's something that's not so good. Party known as Zeb, seen in Springfield in company with Radio Inspector Morrison. Unable to trace whereabouts, will keep you informed. That's all.
Did you hear that, Joe?
Sure, I heard it. That ain't anything to make you get white as a sheet, is it?
No, I'm just nervous. But that Zeb is a hard guy to fool.
And you don't think you can fool Zeb Abercrombie very long, huh?
Abercrombie, huh? Say, Joe, how did you happen to know his name was Abercrombie?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he told me himself when we were...
That name, Zeb Abercrombie. I knew someone by that name somewhere when I was just a little tyke. It seems that he's someone I knew real well. Zeb Abercrombie.
Once more, the name Zeb Abercrombie strikes fear into the heart of the gangster Vic Morgan. Can it be that there is an unpaid debt of the jungle that remains to be cleared? And what can Anne know of this gruff old prospector? We can look forward to plenty of thrills and nerve-tingling suspense in the next episode of Anne of the Airlanes.
That was Anne of the Airlanes, a serial from sometime in the mid to late 1930s, although it has also been seen dated as 1932. Next week, 3 more of these serials, exactly the same serials, and then also 1 more episode of the Cocoanut Grove Ambassadors, as we continue cycling through these serials and music shows of 1932 here on Radio Journeys. Well, that's it for this week. I'll see you back here through your podcast aggregator, right here on Radio Journeys. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye now.